Hello everyone, in this video I have scrapbook process number 91, I'm going to say, could be wrong, to share with you. This one is with the very gorgeous Vicki Boutin Field Notes collection. I bought my collection from Thompson's Craft Supplies, though I did pre-order it, but I think she's still got a little bit of it left, so I will link that for you if you are interested. So I'm starting with this sort of orangey watercolory paper because I got the paper pad. I don't know the different names of the papers because you only get the names on the individual papers, as I'm sure you know, but I just went over with some clear gesso, not over the whole paper, just over the bits I knew I was going to be putting heavy mixed media on. This is quite a different colour for me, orange. I don't usually go for warm colours. If you're regular, you know I like pastels and blues and greens and cool colours, so I wanted to challenge myself and use a warm colour for once. So I am scrapbooking this picture of my cat, Kel Surprise. It's quite a big picture for me. I don't usually scrap ones this big. It's probably about 4x4, maybe 4.5 by 4.5, something like that. I accidentally printed it too big. That's why it's so big. But I thought, we'll make it work. So I've just sort of roughly sketched out how much room that picture's going to take up, and then I'm taking the washi tape from this collection and just sort of ripping it up, ripping up little shreds of it and ripping up the bigger bits like in half kind of thing, and little ones I still wanted to rip those in half as well. So with the little ones, the slim washies that is, it's very hard to start ripping them, so if you just do a tiny little cut with some little scissors in the beginning, and then that sort of helps you rip the whole thing. So I've done that kind of all over that area. I am going to go in with some more, but now I'm going to go in with my Kuretake starry colours. No, they're not the starry colours. Hang on, I've got them here. I can't remember. The pearlescent ones. You know what I mean. Pretty shiny watercolours. And I'm going to use all the colours here and just sort of add them all around the place. No particular sort of technique going on here. I'm just sort of smooshing them around, trying to do it so I'm not going to make any mud colour. So kind of, yeah, I'm letting some of the colours mix naturally, putting like that yellow near that green makes a lovely lime colour and stuff. But yes, just I'm going to do that for some considerable time. I love it when you mix the blue and the green from this particular paint palette, by the way. It creates the most lovely turquoisey, tealy. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, I'm going to do that, as I said, for some considerable time. The picture, by the way, there's not a whole lot to say about it. It's just Conan, my cat, looking awesome. He was sat on a chair out in the garden, and although the flowers in the flower pots behind him just look really cool, and then like with his black fur contrasted against those bright flowers, it made for quite a good picture. And I thought it would be really nice to scrapbook with this collection, because this collection's like about nature and flowers and stuff. If you heard that noise, by the way, I'm sitting on my desk chair, and it's really creaky. Listen. Yeah, you may not have heard that, but yes, I have a very creaky desk chair. Anyway, here I'm going in with the normal Kuretake watercolours, so the non-pearlescent ones, just to add a load of splatters on top of all that very shiny stuff. The camera lights, when I'm using the pearlescent watercolours, they kind of pick up more of the shimmer than there actually is. So right now it just looks kind of like nothing but shimmer, but in real life you can see the colours a little better. But yes, I'm using a red, a yellow, a mint and an orange as well, I think, just to add some splatters. But then I also wanted to add a little bit of black, because there is like some black elements in this collection. So I'm just taking this little sort of circles stencil. I think it's from Creative Expressions, ? And some Nouveau embellishment mousse in black ash, and just stenciling some of that on there. I'm not actually 100% in love with it. I do cover up a lot of it, but you know, I did want to bring in that black. Maybe I should have used a different stencil or something. I don't know, but it's fine. So because that had warped the paper quite a lot, I just backed it with a random 12x12 piece of card that I know I'm not going to use for anything else. I do this a lot in my videos just to make it a little bit more sturdy. I put something very heavy on it, which happened to just be the box full of this collection, and left that for an hour or so just to, you know, so it would adhere properly. There we go, that's how you properly say that word. And then on top of all that mixed media I've done, I'm going to add more strips of washi tape, because obviously some of it I've painted over and it's kind of muted it a little bit, and I wanted a mix of muted washi tape colours and strong ones as well. So I'm just going back in and adding more little bits as well, and I'm using more of the foiled ones in this little section, and I think I'm done with my washi tape. So I'm going to back my photo on a couple of papers. This again is from the collection. I fussy cut a bunch of those little flowers and the feathers on the other side as well, and then I thought we need some more black, so this black paper is just from my stash. I think it's one of those chalkboard, I think they're called, paper pads that you get from the works and the range and stuff. You know, there's really cheap ones. As is this little 6x6 pad I am using here. It's called Watercolors something. And I wanted to just add something slightly more interesting behind the photo, like some ripped up pieces and stuff. I'm going to be honest, I'm not absolutely in love with what I did with this. I thought it would be a good idea, and it didn't turn out 100% how I wanted. But you know what? It's fine. That's scrapbooking. That's how these things happen. Not everything has to be absolutely perfect. But yes, just ripping some of the pieces and distressing some of the pieces just to kind of add this ripped, distressed look, obviously. So now I'm going to, said that weird, really posh, going to, I'm adding another blue piece there. I added that piece. I remember now. I filmed this a few weeks ago, by the way, so I'm kind of forgotten half the stuff that I did. But yeah, I added that sort of piece that wasn't ripped or distressed. It just sort of, I don't know, it just kind of helped the whole thing just calm it down a little bit. I don't know what I'm saying. Here is the bits and pieces from the ephemera pack, and I didn't want to go too nuts on using the ephemera pack because I didn't want to use like the butterflies and stuff, and I've got other plans for them as well, so I've just added a couple of little florals and one little heart there. And then I decided actually what this layout needs, I wasn't happy with it at this point. So what it needs is a black frame around it. And yes, I was eating sweets just then. Yes, I was. This was one of those days I was having like quite a bad day. You know, when everything just goes wrong, and everything that could go wrong will go wrong, and it gets to the point where even the smallest little thing you're going, argh! So I was eating, ate like an entire pack of Mao-Am just to calm me down. I needed some sugar. Anywho, I added that black 12 by 12 paper at the back, so it's got that nice black frame around it, and I just think it just helps ground the layout a bit and tie everything together. And obviously, because I'd already backed a bit of card behind my main paper, this layout is now very thick. I haven't actually seen if it'll fit in a pocket, but I'm sure it will. Anyways, adding some little bits from the thicker pack here, at least, you know, the icon thickers and the phrase thickers. I added that sort of triangle bunting one up the side and put some washi behind it. I wanted to do another little cluster somewhere else on the layout because I think it just always looks so unbalanced if you just do it in one area. So I've just added a couple of fussy cut feathers and a flower, and then this phrase that says, "It's blessed are those the curious, for they shall be adventurous," something like that, which is appropriate for a cat because, you know, cats curious, ignoring that common phrase about curiosity and cats. So for my title, I'm using the other thicker pack from this collection, the title ones, and I'm going for one of a kind because I just thought that was appropriate for my little boy Conan, because he is one of a kind. I mean, sometimes I wonder if he's read the book on being a cat, because sometimes he's the most stereotypical cat ever, but other times he does things and I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. I don't think cats are supposed to do that, Conan. And anyways, so one of a kind is what I'm going for there. Adding a few more little fussy cut bits and pieces, flowers and such there. I wanted to add just something else. That area where I've done the washi tape at the top got a little bit busy, so I wanted to add some 3D elements just to lift it up a little bit. So I've added little bits from the thicker pack and some of the puffy stickers and stuff, and I just think all those different dimensions just help a little bit in working to keep the whole thing, you know, just working together kind of thing. I did fussy cut a few more feathers here and added those in as well, and another little flower on my little cluster at the bottom there. And I'm going to finish off, I think, with some of these Dovecraft Pearl Effects in black. I just thought, yeah, it needed more black on the layout. There was a fair bit already, but just a little bit here. And now I'm doing that thing I enjoy so much, is when you tap them from behind and the little drops flatten out. I enjoy it so much. I do not know why. And there we go. I am finished. There it is. It took me a while, this layout, because as I said, I kept not being happy, but eventually, at the end, I was happy with it. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I will leave some links in the description box as to where you can buy this collection and other bits and pieces that I used in this layout. If you are interested, that is, please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Chat to me in the comments, and yeah, thank you as always. Again, I'm going. Bye bye.